Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome back to House of Cars. This is episode number 64. This is what we do on Mondays. We look at the last week's worth of mailbag pickups, everything that came in from, eBay or Tops or Panini or whoever I ordered anything from, basically, that showed up in the mailbox. And we put them all together into one nice tidy video for you to see, and it is called the Monday Mailbag. Yes. So what we do here is we just go through each car kind of one by one, slow roll it, just kind of talk about the car, talk about my kind of reasonings why I got it, what I paid for it, blah, blah. Just kind of giving you a little bit of an insight into my collector's mind and where my head's at and why I'm buying things. Again, this isn't meant to be financial advice or investment advice or anything. Just a guy sharing his collecting journey with you all, and just kind of hopefully maybe sharing a few tidbits here and there that might be of interest or of help to you in some sort of way. I don't know. Anyways, before we get into the mailbag, I wanted to share with you a couple things over the weekend that I picked up at a local card show. But before we do that, let's take a quick second, and if you haven't yet subscribed, be awesome if you do that. That is the best way to say thank you to me for putting out all this content. I really would appreciate it. And if you like the video, hit the like button as well, because that tells me what kind of videos you guys are enjoying and which ones you don't, so I can continue to make the things that you are. So leave it at that. And now that that's all taken care of, let's look at a couple things I picked up at some local card shows. So the first thing I wanted to share with you was this Lamar Jackson 2018 Prism base card that I got at the show. And I'll tell you a reason why I got it. Well, first of all, I thought the price was really fair. And, I checked comps, and it was actually, a little bit below comps, so that was great. But after inspecting the card, it is in really super good condition. You can see the centering on this is beautiful. The old 18, you can count the dots, right? The 1, 2, 3, right there you go. And the 1, 2, 3. I mean, the centering is pretty much, as centered as I've seen this card. The surface looks good, everything checks out. And why I picked up a base card, again, not like huge into base cards unless they're like, older base cards from like the 90s and early 2000s or whatever. But this card, for whatever reason, is really hard to 10. Looking at the PSA report, this card has been graded quite a few times. It's been graded 4,357 times. However, the interesting part is that the 10 has only been, the card's only been 10'd 564 times. So out of the 4,300 and whatever change, only about 500 times has this gotten a 10. So that's like a 15% gem rate, which is really, really low for any kind of ultra modern card. Usually you're more in that 30 to 50, 60 percentile, depending what card it is, of course. But for the most part, newer cards are a lot easier to get a 10 on, obviously. So what's happened is that since the 10s are so hard to get, the prices have been pretty solid. So you get a 10 in this, it's going for about $1,000 right now. So again, not the high it was last year when football season was getting, I think these were up to 3,000 in PSA 10, which is just crazy. But nowadays, I think that's a pretty solid number. So anyways, I bought this with the hopes that it would get a 10 because it looked really, really, really good. And then the other thing I got, which was actually a trade, I'm gonna pull it out of my little handy dandy container here. So picked up one of these guys. I haven't actually owned a Mahomes optic card. I had his Donruss, the Elite Series rookie card that I graded myself and got a PSA 10 on, and ended up selling that last year right before the Super Bowl. So got top dollar and felt really good about it because I did well. But I've always kind of longed for a optic because I just like the rated rookies, and they just look great. So I didn't want to really go out and get a 10 because I felt, a couple $1,000, not really my jam right this second. But I had, my eye on these 9s, and I thought this 9 looked pretty clean. The centering is, probably within that nice 60-40 tolerance. And, you know, the rest of the card looked pretty good too. I just gave it a quick once over. I mean, nothing super stands out as far as like, you know, a damage point or anything. So nice solid card here. So the guy was asking a really fair price, which was $650, which I thought was great, especially since, you know, comps were higher than that for the most part. And then I wanted to go in and give him a trade, so I actually ended up trading him these 2 cards, which I'll put a picture up here, that I actually just got back from PSA. Both of these were 10s, and, you know, while I like both players, obviously I just talked about Lamar, and, you know, obviously I like Tatis, but, you know, they're both base cards, and they're both, you know, still sort of unproven players, whereas, you know, someone like Mahomes already got a Super Bowl, you know, probably gone to a second one, you know, like, I mean, he's just got, you know, just got a lot going on. So I think that, in fairness, you know, this is a base card as well, so I'm not trying to like say I like traded up to like a rarer card, but I feel like the player in this instance is a little bit of a safer bet than the other 2, which, you know, while Tatis is great, you know, he still's got a lot to prove. He still's got to win this World Series and blah, blah, blah. And, you know, and of course, Lamar, like we just talked about, he's got a lot to prove. But so I just kind of traded up from 2 kind of lower level baby goats to now a true blue sort of, you know, one of the definitely goats that's coming out of the NFL definitely over the last 5 to 10 years. So anyways, I just want to share with you guys those moves I made over this weekend. I thought they were pretty good, so I want to share that with you. Anyways, sorry for lingering on, but now let's jump into the mailbag. All right, start with this box. This is from Topps, so I do know what I got here. I love these bubble wrap like envelopes they have. I always keep these. They're really good for sending cards. Come on. Ay. Okay, maybe I won't keep this one because I'm going to probably end up ripping it to shreds. Alright, forget it. I tried to recycle. All right, very good. So Topps now, obviously. I don't get too many Topps now. I do for soccer because I think soccer Topps now cards have the best sort of resale. But this was one that I just had to get because of the fact that it's Kellnick and it's his, you know, major league debut. So I think there's some, you know, validity to this if he ends up becoming a stud. But yeah, so I just grabbed 5 of these. I think, you know, I don't know what it's like, $25 or something. Very reasonable. You know, me being here in Seattle, these obviously are a lot more desirable than, you know, if you're just a casual fan. But yeah, pretty cool. Got the rookie card logo on there, which I like. Of course, I never get any parallels. I've never gotten a parallel from Topps now. I don't even know how many they actually print, but I'm gonna see what the print run on these were. But pretty cool. I think it's could be cool. Could be cool. We'll see how he does. He's obviously still kind of getting his feet wet right now. He's, you know, not obviously shattering any any records or anything, but you know, he's definitely you see the promise in him. You know, it's just going to take time for him to develop and become, you know, hopefully the player that we drafted or traded for, actually, technically. All right, here's another one. Oh, we're on a Jared Kellnick roll. Obviously, I've been stacking up on him recently because, again, he's a homer. He's on my team. I gotta root for the kid feel like he's got a lot of potential. Oh, that's weird. Just gave me a random screw down with no screw. Cool. That's gonna go in the recycling bin, but nice to add. So this is Bowman's Best. Again, not like one of your highly rated baseball sets, but I thought it was a nice card. It's a gold out of 50. You know, I like the golds. So again, nothing crazy, just thought it was a nice pickup that wasn't overly expensive. And again, Kellnick ends up becoming a real player, then you know these kind of cards right here will obviously have their moment in the sun. So we'll see how that ends up. All right, let's see what's happening here. Okay, great packaging. Painter's tape, cardboard, team bag. I mean, that's the way you do it. Oh, cool. All right. So, you know, this isn't like a high dollar, you know, patch card or anything, but first of all, I like Obsidian. I think Obsidian is a cool brand. I think it's very unique. It has a cool, just kind of, you know, aesthetic to it. But I think, you know, it's not definitely like highly desirable. It's, you know, it's kind of one of those brands where it's kind of like people like it, but, you know, people aren't jumping out of their seats for it. But you don't see too many Mbappe, you know, kind of, you know, relic cards or whatever you want to call it, material cards. So when I saw this pop up, I was interested because of, well, A, you don't see that very often. You know, it's a 2019-20. So again, it's, you know, in that kind of first few years of Mbappe. It's not his obviously rookie, but it's not like, you know, 2021 card either. So a little bit, you know, a little bit back a little bit. You know, it's numbered out of 99. So that's good. But the most important thing on this is right down there on the bottom, and it says they included match worn material. So what's important, I think, when you're getting any kind of, you know, memorabilia, relic, patch, whatever card, is making sure that the, you know, if possible, I know sometimes cards are, you know, nice cards even though they aren't, you know, game worn, but having anything game worn, or in this case match worn since it's soccer, I think it just has that much more collectability to it. And I think in the future, those cards are going to hold a lot more value than, you know, the kind of player worn or like stuff that, you know, they have on at the photo shoot or whatever. So again, why this card isn't like a crazy super high-end Mbappe card, just for the very fact that it's a numbered card. It's, you know, it's from 19, and it has a match worn you know, material in it. I think, you know, this is a nice card for an Mbappe collector to have. So anyways, grab this up for a fairly good price. I think it's a cool one to add to my Mbappe collection. All right, moving right along. Let's see what we got in here. All right, cool. So this one isn't anything crazy, just a little light pickup here. I mentioned in my other video that 2017 Topps Chrome, I think, is a pretty underrated set at the moment. And I want to say underrated in the fact that like nobody's looking at it because it's obviously a popular set. It's the very first Topps Chrome set for soccer. It's the Champions League, of course, so you have all your big stars in there. So I just kind of started picking up more and more of these cards. This one I got because this is the promotional sample card, so you can kind of see it there. So they had these sample cards that they released before the main set, and they're basically different in the sense that they have a different photo variation on them, and they say promotional samples. So again, you know, when those kind of things come out, you got to assume that they're, you know, obviously a shorter print because they're not going to print as many as the main set. And it's just kind of cool having like a photo variation as well. So I see these as kind of a cool collectible within the set. So I think I got a couple more that I found that were also from the promotional set. So I don't know, I just thought it was kind of a fun pickup for a light, you know, light on the wallet. So again, these are just cool cards that just kind of add to the collection for my 2017 Topps Chrome. Okay. Oh. Very cool. So probably didn't need to take this out of this, but you know, see, it looks better on the camera so you don't have all the glare from the team back. But I'm gonna pull out this real quick. Handy dandy Zion case. All right. So this Messi is the same as this Messi. Not the same, but similar. So these are the pre-production proof for the 2018 Leaf Originals metal set, the 48. So what's cool about these is that they're kind of like, you know, kind of how Panini does the printing plates. Sorry, my brain wasn't firing quick enough on that. So the printing plates that, you know, you get, and they're usually one of ones, and you know, you have all the different print colors. You got the cyan, the magenta, the blue, whatever. This is kind of along the same lines as that, where these are pre-production proofs, so it's kind of like a part of the production of the card sort of process. But what's cool is that they're not printing plates, because printing plates, let's be honest, they're kind of ugly. I don't think anyone's ever been like, oh man, I'm collecting printer plates. You kind of like, that's cool, it's 101, blah blah blah, but you never really like, I guess me, I shouldn't speak for everybody because obviously some people like them, but I don't know, I just never felt like that draw to the printing plates in terms of like the cool factor. But this, however, looks pretty cool. I mean, this one is like clear, which is cool, right? And this one is like the actual, looks pretty close to the actual card. So it has the, you know, the foil, well, not the foil, I guess you call it the hollow refractor sort of piece to it. So I don't know, I think these are beautiful cards. I think they're just really cool in the fact that it's messy, it's one of ones. Just, I don't know, something kind of funky about it. So anyways, got a second one here. I don't know, to be 100% honest with you, like how many of these there are that kind of are part of this, you know, pre-production proof. So that'd be kind of interesting thing. I'm gonna try to figure it out. I'm gonna jump online and see if I can do some detective work, because I definitely would be cool to kind of collect a whole, like, you know, rainbow of these that are all the different, you know, one of one pre-production proof. So anyways, kind of cool now to have a friend for this guy. Anyways, there you go. Okay, start with this guy from overseas. I think this is, I'll cover the address. Look at that. That is Russia, from Russia with love. All right. Like I've said before, 9 out of 10 times anything from overseas is going to be soccer. Pretty much guarantee it. You got to be real patient with soccer cards, because they come in slow. All right. Again, and the other thing you always got to worry about is how they are packaged. Not always the care taken that you would hope for, but I've been pleasantly surprised recently. There's been a lot of cards that have shown up from overseas that have been really well packaged, so hopefully that trend continues. Especially get nervous when it comes to stickers, just because stickers, you know, again, like I said before, aren't usually in the people's minds as far as being, you know, like you can see right here, this is loose, it's a sticker for sure, but at least they put it in the cardboard, so that's good. All right, well, got another one of these guys. Just trying to scoop these up while they're still affordable, and again, they're not going any lower. But this one, you know, is a little bit off-center. It's not terrible, but it's definitely not as clean as my other copy. But again, 2006 World Cup Messi sticker, just classic Panini World Cup sticker. Really, just one of the more important stickers of any player's career is their first World Cup, but you know, being this is only, you know, Messi's second year, I think, yeah, in the league. I mean, it really is an early card or sticker of his. So yeah, this one looks pretty good. Again, I got to kind of pull it out and make sure. Stickers are very flimsy, so you got to make sure there's no little creases or anything on it, because they crease very easily, and it's just the common sort of problem with these cards are creases and little you know, defects on those. So finding a clean one of these is really hard, but I don't know, we'll check this one out. Hopefully it's decent. All right, look at that, they're getting good. Cardboard. Oh yeah, very cool. I thought this was a good buy for the price I got it for, and for what the card is. You know, I know this is a kind of a throwback one. I think, what is this supposed to be, the 2019? I forget which year this is. Sorry, it's probably in the 50s, but I forget the exact year that this is kind of the throwback from. But this is the Durant. This is his rookie card. So I know it doesn't say rookie on the front or anything like that, but this is from the 2007, so his rookie card. What I love about this is the gold, so it has a number, serial number on it, out 2007. So again, you know, when you're talking about what's going to hold value in the future, you know, the base cards are great, you know. And again, back in 2007, you know, you're not going to have as high of print runs, you know, for base cards as you do now, but still higher than what you would want most of the time. But this card in particular, I don't see very often. So when I saw this pop up raw, I just thought it was a great opportunity to grab one. And these golds are hard to get in good shape just because the gold chips really easily. So it's, you know, not very often you see it without, you know, a bunch of edge or corner damage. There's a little soft corner down here. It's not very soft. It just has a little bit of whitening, a little bit. Again, I look at this card and I see a 9. Centering left to right is perfect. Top to bottom is within the 60-40 variance, and the back looks clean. Centering on the back looks nice. The corners are all pretty sharp except for this one that just has I mean, you're talking ever so slightly white there. The rest of them look pretty good. So yeah, I'm excited for this card. I think this card has a lot of potential. Again, it's not the true rookie card because it's not his base tops card, but it's you know, it's an insert, I guess you'd call it, but it's definitely a good card because of the fact that it is numbered. So yeah, I'm excited to have this card for the price I paid. I think it's a really good deal. So hopefully it'll check out once I pull it out, and we'll see how it goes. All right, last one. Okay. Where's this one from? This one is from China. Hong Kong. Yeah. All right. Well, probably soccer. I like this little baggie. Keep this. It says home run. Huh. Maybe it's not soccer. Oh, filler cards. Beautiful, beautiful. Wow, all kinds of random filler cards. It's like the most random hodgepodge. Let's see what we got here for fun, and then we'll look at the card itself. We got football. We got hockey. We got basketball, just in case. Hey, there's a Donovan Mitchell. And we got more football. Okay. All right, well, just more stuff I got to figure out what to do with. That's great. But here's the card itself. Pretty cool card. This is from 2015 Select. 15-16, to be technically correct. First year Select Soccer, so very important set. This is the camo variation, which is numbered out of 249. So, you know, pretty solid number there, not too crazy. Centering looks great on this card. You know, it's a Lionel Messi, obviously first Select card. I have the base card being graded. I want to get the blue parallel. It is gorgeous because it does, you know, you kind of get that jersey match, or at least it's kind of, you know, in the blue family. But I thought this one was good for the price I paid. It numbered Messi Select, first Select card. Nothing wrong with that. So grab that one. For card shows and so on and so forth, as I have another one coming up in a couple weeks. I'm gonna go check one out this weekend. Not gonna showcase at it, just gonna go you know, just be do some window shopping, see what's out there. I just kind of like to keep my you know, it's the same people that throw the one that I'm doing. It's just in a different area, so it's about probably about an hour and a half away from the one I'm doing. It's like this one's like on the north side, and the one I'm doing is on the south side. But I don't know, I never been to this one, and I didn't really know which one to do at first because I'm kind of in the middle of both of them, so I can go either direction. But I chose the other one, the south one, just because I don't know, it just seemed like it wasn't. It just seemed like it'd be better. I don't know why I thought that. I actually went to it before, so I got a chance to check it out. So I think it's always good if you're gonna, you know, be a dealer at a show, is, you know, go check it out once before you just sign up to be a dealer, just to make sure that, you know, it's kind of your expectations are in line with, you know, the show. And so I think that's what I'm gonna do on this one. I'm just gonna go check it out, and, you know, if it seems cool, then I'll do the next one. But yeah, there you go. Anyways, sorry, I was a little tangent while I got that crazy package open. Well, this is good news. I actually, this showed up on my tracking as delivered yesterday, but I didn't get it. So it showed up today. And I don't know why that happened, but, you know, things happen, I guess. All right. Threw in some bonuses. I always like to look at the bonuses. Well, Thomas Muller, solid. You know, not like a new one or anything, 2018, but, you know, he was back in 20. I actually have some of his super early stickers that go for a pretty good amount. Eduardo Mendy. Some match. What is it? Are these match attacks? Huh. Yeah, match attacks. So if you guys don't know what match attacks are, they're kind of like this soccer sort of like TCG game, you know, where you basically play your cards against each other and so on and so forth. But you know, it has an app and everything. But they make cards, you know, and they actually are kind of, some of them are kind of collectible. You know, I wouldn't say they're like, you know, collectors are clamoring for match attacks cards quite yet. But these are really like the only cards that were available like in Europe and other parts of the world for a long time, until, you know, Panini and Topps started distributing more. But for the longest time, you know, match attacks were kind of like the cards. You know, they actually came out with a match attacks Chrome, of course they did, this year. But anyways, this is kind of funny. He threw in these two. I mean, at least he put it in a Messi Ronaldo. That's cool. They're not like in great shape or anything, but anyways, pretty funny. So the card I actually did order was this Messi. So this is, again, sort of similar to the match attacks. It's called Adrenaline XL. So it's a, you know, official trading card game. So, you know, TCG basically. But this one is the limited one that obviously it says limited right there, pretty broad across the card. But it's just another Messi card that I thought was a cool one to have in the collection. Not super old. This is what, 2014. So again, not like ultra modern, but it's you know, kind of a cool card. I actually have another one of these I got off of ComC. These are cheap. I mean, you're talking like $10 or something. But just a nice shiny card of Messi. You know, 2014, a little bit earlier. So yeah, just wanted to add to the Messi PC. Okay, Well, that makes me happy. I'm glad that card. I almost ripped that one off, because it showed delivered, so there's really not much you can do, right? Like, you can't, you know, go to eBay and be like, I never got my card, because if it says delivered, I mean, it was delivered, so you really don't have much recourse if your card, you know, if the tracking shows delivered. All right, this must be more soccer, because it's got a bunch of soccer fillers here. Okay. Oh, cool. Whoa. What is that? Interesting. No, I don't even know what. Chin card? Huh. No clue. Okay. Let's talk about the card I did order. So this is 2017 Topps Chrome Champions League series, and of course, I've been talking about this set for a couple weeks now. But again, first Topps Chrome set for soccer. I thought it was a good buy, interesting set to collect. You know, I compare it to other Topps Chrome, first Topps Chrome cards for different sports. You know, like basketball was 96, and football, I don't even know what year football was. I have to think on that one for a minute. Not sure. I'll have to look back at Topps Chrome football history. But anyways, the story is that, you know, with the emergence of soccer card market and so on and so forth, you know, are some of these early sets going to be kind of highly collectible in the near future here? And, you know, there is possibilities that, you know, like a 2014 Prism World Cup set might have some heat in the future, you know, just based in, again, off of, you know, 2012 Prism basketball and how big that is. You know, it could Prism soccer have that same appeal, you know, and same thing goes for, you know, Topps Chrome and all the other sets out there. But anyways, long story short is Lewandowski, great player, you know, still fairly affordable to grab him. His refractor, of course, you know, just a nice solid card to have. So I'm going to try to pick up some of the GOATs, you know, I want to get the Messi, the Ronaldo. I mean, I do have the Mbappe refractor, but that one's definitely a high-end card. You know, just kind of the top dudes in the set, try to get the refractors or numbered cards slowly but surely. I think it's a kind of a fun set to collect, because I think it's a beautiful set too. I mean, I think the design looks great. Of course, the Champions League Topps license is great because, you know, gives them access to pretty much all the top players, unlike, you know, when you're stuck with, like, you know, La Liga or Bundesliga or, you know, Serie A or any of those other leagues. You know, you're really limited on who's in the league, you know. So if you're licensed, you know, if your cards come out, there may only be like 3 or 4 players in that whole set that are, you know, worth much. So you got to just kind of, you know, think about that too when you're collecting sets. Is it going to have all of the big guys in it that you want? So, all right, got this one. So this is a red press proof, nothing crazy. I just thought it looked pretty nice. I know his jersey is more orangey, but within sort of the glitter of this, it kind of glitters a little orange too, so it looks kind of nice, like almost a jersey match sort of. So Matisse d'Elite, I believe that's how you say it. I've tried to learn this because I've been picking up his card, so I didn't want to sound like a total goon by not saying his name right. But you know, speculative play, you know, a young rookie. He's definitely making noise. He got, you know, I think he was on the ESPN, you know, top 10 young players to watch list and stuff like that. So still super cheap, which is nice. It's always fun to collect when you don't have to, you know, spend your month's mortgage on a card. You can just get it for a few bucks. So this is a 9, which, you know, is fair. This is a hard set to get 10s on just because of the centering issues most of the time. The Donruss cards too, they're a little bit fragile, like on the edges and stuff, but yeah, I think this thing is a nice looking card, so this will go nicely with the holo that I have of him in the optic. So yeah, nice little red press proof. All right, super tape job here. Let's break in through the top. About $10 worth of painter's tape on here. Sorry, this is kind of the long way to do it, but you know, hey. The person used painter's tape. I appreciate it. I don't know why that one's not going anywhere, but okay. All right. No, not yet. Oh. Okay, jeez, that's a lot of work here. What are these? Michigan. Interesting. I have no clue what those are. Some Notre Dame scorecards or something. Well, all right. Very good. All right. Well, I actually had this card 2 weeks ago and ended up selling it at the show I set up at, and at the time, you know, I was okay with it. The guy ended up giving me a really fair price for it, which, you know, it's totally fair price. So I sold it to him. He bought another card. He bought my Gronkowski rookie auto. Still, you know, gave him a nice deal. And then I ended up seeing this one on eBay, and it ended up selling to me for like probably 40% less than what I sold mine for. So, I mean, I thought I gave the guy a good price, but I ended up getting this one on the low. So, yeah, I feel pretty good about it. This is a nice card that I actually enjoyed this card when I had it. So, I kind of wanted to get another one. It's a beautiful on-card auto. I know it's not the, you know, typical contenders, you know, card that most people chase, the rookie ticket. But it's it's still a nice card. Anything on card auto numbered, you know, this one's numbered out of 125. It's number 100 out of 125. So yeah, just a nice card. Pick up for a decent price. Again, Homer, this kind of stuff sells like crazy here in Seattle, so don't ever have to worry about this not being a liquid card. But I just wanted it for my collection, to be honest with you, because I felt a little sad after I sold the last one. So anyways, had to replenish the stock. But there you go, DK auto contenders, optic contenders. Sweet. All right. Let's see what we got in here from our friend Probstein. All right. This one, I think, has been sort of bouncing around the post office for a week or two. I don't know what happened, but glad it showed up, because it's a beauty. Oh, with a giant crack in the case. Interesting. Jeez. Oh, Probstein, you never disappoint. Well, this is a card I was really excited to get. This is the purple John Morant 9 PSA. I've been picking up a lot of Morant recently. Just feel like he's a pretty big deal, but yeah, I'm gonna have to kind of do something about this, because this obviously devalues the card a decent amount. So yeah, you know, it's got to write to them, see what they're willing to do. Obviously, it's just not ideal, but the card itself is beautiful. So hopefully we can work something out. Maybe there's a small refund or something they can give me based on the damage. But the card itself, I mean, it was a good deal. I definitely got a good deal, but it definitely did not have this giant freaking crack. Look at that thing. Look at that in the listing. So I don't know if that happened during transit or what, but at any rate, cool John Morant there. Okay, this guy, and this one is from PWCC. I got the two biggest eBay auction houses here, consigners I should say, whatever they're called, back to back. PWCC does it a little bit better, a little more on the professional level. All right, cool. So a nice SGC 10 Griff 89 tops traded. And again, this is just the base, not Tiffany or anything cool, but I just like these cards, and they've come down quite a bit And look how, I mean, this card is crispy. Like, that is a beautiful card. And you gotta admit, you know, the white borders, sort of junk wax or vintage cards just look solid in the SGC 10 cases. I know they don't fetch as much return, but I mean, if I ever wanted to, I'd feel really confident crossing this over to PSA, because, you know, SGC, I feel they grade pretty fair and pretty tough, so I don't think this would have an issue getting a PSA 10. But I got another one of these in the SGC, so I don't know, just I saw this one super cheap. I felt like it was a good time to just pick one up and, you know, slap it in the collection for future, because again, these cards are plentiful. There's a lot of them out there, but, you know, finding them in great condition, especially after, you know, 30 plus years, not too many out there floating around that you can just grab up raw and grade. So I would recommend, if you want one of these, just getting an SGC 10. Obviously you're gonna pay about half of what you'd pay for in a PSA 10, so super worth it in my opinion. I like this card a lot. Just, you know, an all-time classic card that everyone remembers. So nice. Griff. All right, well, that was a nice solid week. I know it was a little bit heavier than the previous week, but lots of random stuff. As you saw, there's everything across the board: baseball, soccer. I mean, you know, I try to keep it very, you know, mixed up. I'm not a single sport lover. I love pretty much all sports, really. And, you know, as I learn more about soccer and I continue to, you know, enjoy the sport and the hobby, you know, I love picking up soccer, because, again, it just feels like one of those areas in the hobby that hasn't quite been exploited as much as the others yet. But anyways, we'll leave it there for now, and thanks again for watching. If you haven't yet subscribed, now's your chance. Hit the subscribe button, and if you did make it all the way through here to the end and you did like this video, hit the like button. That'd be awesome. All right, guys, we will see you on the next one. Peace.